Hey, my name is Meg, and I'm making this video in honor of a friend of mine. His name was Omar Awqatty, and he was from Cambridge, Massachusetts, and he died, actually was killed 20 years ago this coming Sunday. So I wanted to say a few words about him and about what kind of person he was. And hopefully the people that are too young to remember him or didn't know him might learn something about a really wonderful person that was lost to all of us here on Earth. He was a really amazing artist. He was an amazing musician, and I believe he was 18 when he died. He had already done so much incredible art and so many incredible things. He auditioned for Metallica. He put together demo tapes of his music. He had written music, and but I think the one thing that really stood out was his artwork. I subsequently myself went to art school after I knew him, and I fully maintain that I think 99.9% of the people that were at that school were not as talented as he was naturally. He could just imagine something in his head, and almost like he took a picture of what was in his mind, he could almost just magically put it on a piece of paper. So it was amazing. And even at a young age, he would do things like this. This is a picture he did of me. I think he was around 15 when he did this. And it's a picture of me with my guitar, and I pretty much looked exactly like that. But that was just from his imagination. But anyway, in the last couple of years of his life in particular, he did some really incredible pieces. The type of artwork that you would expect from somebody who was 10, 15 years older than he was at the time. So that's a pretty big loss. I think he would have gone on to do something really amazing with it. Aside from that, he was probably one of the sweetest, kindest, and most angelic people I'd ever met. I think to compensate for it, he put on a front of being sort of a badass rock and roll kind of guy. He really liked to listen to heavy metal, things like that. But underneath that front, he was such a softie, such a sweetheart, so caring, and just so wonderful. I can't even describe it, but just so sweet. Like when I first met him, the first day I met him, I was at the art room in high school, and I didn't know him. But it was raining really hard outside, and it was a really long walk to go back to the main building. So I think, he also liked me too, but he was so charming and chivalrous. He offered me his prize leather jacket that he was wearing and insisted that I put it around my shoulders so that I wouldn't get wet on the way back to the main building. And he got completely drenched. And he carried my things for me. He was very sweet. He always was so worried about me and worried about other people and just so caring. I don't know what more to really say about him, but I guess I could mention that he was really funny too, but I mean, just all the great things. He had all those attributes, and I will never forget him as long as I live. And I know a lot of other people won't either.